Do, 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 do.
PlayStation Drive is starting. While you wait, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon on YouTube to be notified of future goodness. If you enjoy our show, we'd love it if you gave us a 5-star review or rating on your podcast service of choice. To continue the conversation, join the Carpool Gaming Discord, where you can find a wholesome community to have a chit-chat with. For some exclusive content, you can also support us on Patreon. And finally, don't forget to check out the Carpool Gaming website for an awesome range of merch. Links to all that and more are in the show notes, but without further ado, let's get revved up for the PlayStation Drive. Whoa!
What's up, everybody? Welcome on in. This is the PlayStation Drive episode 178. I am one of your hosts, Ryan, and I'm joined, as always, by Fulia and Ron. How are y'all doing on this lovely, lovely Chunday evening or Chunday morning, depending on what you prefer?
Sunday night's going well.
Monday morning. Well, it's afternoon, actually. It's 12:30.
That's
it's
true.
Lunchtime.
Time travel.
That's true. We do forget about daylight savings time affecting things in the wrong way, of course.
Wrong.
Anyway, this is the PlayStation Drive where we talk about PlayStation all the time, except for when we're talking about time zones. As y'all can tell, Matt is away this evening, but he should be back soon. But for now, we're going to hop into all these things. I mean, we're all kind of, you'll notice this throughout the course of the show, but all three of us are a little tired. In case y'all missed it, there was a 6.5-hour podcast that we did yesterday morning, our Game of the Year show, our annual Game of the Year show, which you'll find out on all the audio feeds starting the week of Christmas. So make sure to tune in then if you didn't check it out, the live show. Of course, it's over on YouTube if you want to go watch it. But we are all very sleepy. So please, we apologize ahead of time if we're a little bit tired. But all this time I've been talking about how sleepy we are. But my door, there's been a knocking at my door this whole time, a little housekeeping. So, of course, we have got new content over at patreon.com/carpool gaming. Of course, Fulia, your pants episode out right now. People can go listen to it.
Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah. Also, Fee is next up this week. Her questions post will go up in the morning. So make sure to go. If you have questions for Fee, make sure to go ask that. And also, important to note, we'll have one final pants after that for the year, and it's going to be me. So after Fee, I will be the final pants of 2024. Please be excited. We also have the Real podcast out with Matt and Sean. So you can definitely check that out as well. Talking about the idea of not being able to buy games this year. Also, we announced during our Game of the Year show that I won't be buying games for the first 6 months of next year, which is going to be interesting. So that's going to be a thing. Almost inspired by Matt and Sean in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
you know?
I've got my own little thing happening too.
Yeah, because I know you talked about it on your pants episode, right, Fulia?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so make sure to go tune into that. I'll talk about more on of my thing on pants episode too, because it's like, especially because like when we did that episode of Sweet Hangs with Donnie not too long ago, and we were talking about Sean and I were talking about N64 games. I'm like, I really wish I could play a bunch of these N64 games. If only I just had like 6 months out of the year to just play N64 games. Like, how cool would that be?
Now you've given yourself that.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, it's not going to just be N64 games. I teased it a little bit in the thing where I'm building like a checklist of like all the games I want to, at least try and give a second chance to. And some of them are like games that like, whether it's on this show or RPG Cave, where people are like, Ryan, you should play this game even because we really like this game and you should give it another chance. So I'm kind of excited to do that. But anyways, that's all for that. We also, of course, have merch over on our website, carpoolgaming.com, including the return of the Xenobabe shirt It's there for a limited time, basically until the end of the month. So if you want a Xenobabe t-shirt before it returns to the Disney Vault, head on over to our website, carpoolgaming.com, and go pick up your own Xenobabe t-shirt if you haven't already, if you missed out. Because once this chance is gone, that's it. It's gone forever. It goes back into the Disney Vault. Who knows?
That's right, Koala. Go ahead and get yours.
When it return. Yeah.
I don't need one.
You got Xenoblade on the shelf. You might play it, and you might enjoy it.
Well, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's just in time for the Xenobabes 2 movement that apparently is happening in the new year, which is going to be a thing, Ron, that we're going to have to deal with.
Fabulous.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, let's grab our tracks, pop them in. It's time for the playlist. Time to talk about all the games we played this week. Now, Matt wrote down while he was away, he's still playing 1,000 Times Resist for the backtrackers. Last we talked to him yesterday, he hadn't finished it.
I think he beat it today.
I think he beat it today. So he'll talk about that the next time he's on the show. So I just wanted to give Matt the shout out there. So Ron, start us off, man. What did you play this week?
So I beat Dannohh, platted that. It was just okay. It dragged in some parts. A few parts were kind of boring for me, but it was a beautiful game. I love the watercolor look to it, but I don't know. That one was just okay. It's good enough for me to keep in the library.
like cozy games.
That's not true. Look, I like Toem. Is Toem not cozy?
It is.
There you go. Is Journey not cozy? Is Journey not cozy?
I haven't played it.
I mean, Journey
but it
is
is
not really technically cozy, or at least I wouldn't define it as cozy.
I mean, it's not a horror game.
No, obviously not. Like in like the degree between horror game and cozy game, Journey is somehow in between the two of those points.
Fine then. Let's do another cozy game. Flower, that's about as cozy as it gets, except for the storm part.
I will agree that Flower is a cozy game.
Yeah. So
I don't know if Journey's a cozy game.
Yeah. It's just that Dannohh was just kind of boring. It just didn't hit. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
But you platinumed it. You liked it enough to platinum it at least.
Yeah. If I didn't like it, I would have dropped it. But like I said, it wasn't horrible. It's just
it wasn't Pepsi Man. Like it was some degrees of enjoyable.
Yeah.
Let's move on past there and disappoint Koala some more with Grease. I beat that as well. I got the platinum on it. Once again, it's another okay game. That did not click with me like it apparently clicked with the majority of people. I don't get it. That's one of those where, the gameplay wasn't really enough to push it over the edge for me. It was beautiful. The soundtrack was great, but everything wrapped around it, it just really was not impressive to me. But like I said, it was okay. So once again, Koala, sorry.
Dr. Bear is not impressed over there.
I gotta be honest. So yeah, I just don't get that one. That's one of those where everybody was crazy about it, and I was just like,
I would never, Kiku. I would never.
No. For those in the listening on the audio feeds, Kiku said Fulia is about to rip the head off Dr. Bear.
No.
She doesn't go to Dr. Bear. She had another bear though, Angel. That head might be gone.
Poor Dr. Bear.
Voodoo
but that's
Bear.
2 platinums in a row. Once again, Ron, do you want me to present your crown to you now as the Platinum King of the year or later?
It's not yet.
It's all
We're
right.
gonna
I'll
wait.
present it on our last episode.
There you go. Yes, we'll wait till the last episode. Watch Koala go ham, and just all of a sudden, she's gonna be playing I Am
Not
Male.
gonna happen. I am not gonna get 10 platinums anywhere near soon.
I Am Male only takes like 2 minutes or some mess like that.
You really want me to do that?
No, I don't.
Want me to
Please don't taint.
exactly.
Please don't taint your platinum list. Please don't.
Yeah, and for audio listeners as well, or just our listeners in general, just give them a sense of the time frame between now and the last episode of the year. The 22nd will be our final episode of the year, so in 2 weeks.
There you go.
So
Okay.
Fulia has 2 weeks to get 10 platinums. Can she do it?
1 platinum a day. All right, let me go.
Again,
You can't do it.
Anytime you want, Fulia, I can mail you a copy of Hannah Montana the movie on PlayStation 3.
By the time it gets out of Canada to Australia,
I was gonna say,
it'll be the
by
end
the
of the
way
year.
that Canadian mail service is on strike at the moment, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's
I
not
mean,
happening.
to be fair, the Canada Post strike is currently happening, so that's you're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not happening.
Fun.
After that one, I started a Wavetail. I am enjoying that. As of right now, the story is good. Very simple gameplay. There's nothing like complex or extreme about that whatsoever, but it is very basic by the numbers. Pretty much you're with your grandma and you're fighting against this thing called the Gloom that takes over this area, and you kind of got to fight it back and go save some people and create a machine that's going to kind of like conquer it. There's a nice little twist in there. I'm like right at the very end, so I might be able to finish that by tonight. And I'm probably going to platinum that one too, because I think I'm on like 2 trophies away. But having a good time with that one. I actually find that better than Greece and Dordogne. So I do. But Wavetail is a good game. It's a good game.
Just rub that salt in my wound.
Yeah. I still love you. and
It's
then
fine, Ron.
finally,
I don't like those games either, so don't.
Oh, come on!
I'm sorry, Koala, you didn't have to do that.
Oh, my heart.
I didn't have to, but I chose to.
Oh Lord. And then this one's gonna hurt Kevin Ainsworth. Kevin's my guy, but
Oh no.
me and my best friend Max decided to play Atlas Fallen co-op. We spent about 6 hours on this game. This game is cheeks.
Oh jeez.
Just straight up. I mean, horrible dialogue. The gameplay just doesn't have any impact to it. In a game that's based off of melee stuff, you got to have some heft to some of those hits. And God, the gameplay is just super weak. It's like the game was made in like 2004, but it wasn't by a AAA team. And Deck 13 is better than this. I don't know what happened with them. I don't know if this was some kind of project for some new guys just to sit there and get some experience on or what. But we will not be playing this game again. This game will be shelved. I am not about to torture myself, and Max said the same thing. So we have moved on from this. Thank goodness we've got this on I think it was like 50%, 55%. Thank goodness.
Yeah, it was on
'Cause,
sale during like the Black Friday sales.
Yes. And that is going to get hidden on the trophy list, and that will be hidden on the game list, and we will pretend this never existed ever again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Pat in the chat chimes in and says 6 hours to realize that the game is cheeks. I
Nah,
think
Pat.
that's a lot.
So we kind of knew we were in for a bad game about like 30 minutes in, to be honest. But we were like, you know what? Sometimes some games get better as you play it. And yeah, once that 6 hours came, and we were just like, yeah. And then it didn't hurt that during the boss battle, Max's character got frozen. And even though I kind of somewhat beat the boss, it was just kind of just like there. And I died. And then his character still sat there while the boss was just lingering. And we were like, you know what? This is a hint for us to go ahead and just fully drop this forever.
That's usually a sign where it's like,
Yeah.
you're good.
So, yeah, we're done.
So you know what? At least you tried.
Yeah, I had hopes for it. I was just like, you know what? It has co-op. Usually co-op makes everything better. Wrong. Not in this case.
Yeah. Well, that's too bad. That's not.
Yeah.
I know
It
Kevin
happens.
liked that game though.
Kevin did. That's why I hate to do it. But Kevin, you're still my guy. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Well, Fulia, I know you were away last week, but I see on the sheet lots of games that you played. So hit us with them. What'd you play?
Yeah, so I played a few different games. So I'll start off with what I played the week before. So I started off with, I continue on with a little bit more of Dragon Age, the Veilguard. So enjoying the story so far. It's actually getting pretty good. I've gotten to a point where, I'm not too far in again, but I'm progressing the story as I go. So it's actually not bad. I like it. I finished Frog Detective. That is now done. I have gone through all 3 games. It is finished, but not
Thoughts, please. Thoughts, please.
very quirky humor, bit weird at points.
There's no bit weird. It's a weird game.
It's called Frog Detective.
There's
What
no
did
bit
you
weird to
expect?
it was look, it was an interesting one to say the least, but I enjoyed my time with it.
it. Did you say you got the plat?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Now,
Are you going to platinum it?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. All right. I'm
Yes,
just saying,
yes,
it's
right.
right there. It's right there. Oh.
Yeah. Hi, Brian from the press pool with a question for Fully here about Frog Detective. Would you describe the game as a hopping good time? Is that how you describe this game? Would we put this on the box? Like on the box for Carpool Game for Frog Detective, would there be a quote from Fully at Carpool Gaming saying this game's a hopping good time?
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
But there's koalas in it.
Yes, there is a koala in it.
There's a couple of koala NPCs that had me giggling.
A koala that likes to hang out inside the ocean because
And
not?
wants to do that.
And one that likes to do a little crime in the West.
Yeah.
Jesus.
An outlaw koala.
There's an outlaw koala.
This is starting to explain so much about Fully. I'm starting to learn so many different things now.
Look, just because there's an outlaw koala in the game doesn't mean that's what I am.
Fair enough.
I continue. I finally got my Steam Deck, and I've been playing some Steam Deck games. And the first game that I played was Aperture Desk Job, which is the game that's kind of similar to Astro's Playroom for the PlayStation, where it kind of shows off the different, buttons and features of the Steam Deck. It's a half an hour game, but it's really good. It's got like pretty much similar to same humor as what the Portal games have. Especially with the bot that's trying to like guide you through the game. It's pretty funny. And you're shooting toilets with, and you're making they make these toilets with guns. This is their turret. This is where the turrets prequel kind of began, where the turrets began being created, like their prototypes and stuff like that. And they started with toilets, which is
Ron, are you just as confused as I am? Because I'm like, what is this game you're describing? I don't know what this
So
is.
there's turrets on the toilet?
No. So they make the toilet a turret.
Oh.
So
the toilet is the turret.
Is the turret,
Ron.
yes.
See.
That's weird, but okay.
I know. And
So
you
does
have to use...
Does it shoot poop at you?
No. It's actual ammunition. Like there's guns built into it. It transforms.
But
like
why
the
does it
guns
have to
come
be a
out and start
toilet?
Yes.
shooting.
I'm
I don't
confused.
know.
I don't understand, Fulia. Please
Neither did
explain.
I
I'm
just
so
played it. I was like, why? That's the humor from Aperture.
Y'all play some weird ass games. Let me tell you what.
Hey, I've never played something like this.
Mitchell Power in the chat says, "What the hell did I just walk into?"
Bitch. Play Aperture Desk Job and you'll understand.
Oh my goodness, man.
Antics chimes in. Half gun, half toilet. Practical for every situation.
No, Ant. That is not practical at all. That's not practical at all.
It's half an hour, Mitch. Believe me.
Oh my god.
You'll enjoy it. Maybe. I don't know. I found it funny. So, and it's only half an hour, so it was fun.
Okay.
And the other game that I have played on the Steam Deck is a Short Hike, because that's also Steam Deck verified.
Okay.
And yeah,
It's a good
it's
game.
really cute. I really enjoyed it. I don't know why I didn't actually play it like a while ago, because it's actually a really good game, and it's nice and chill too. So you just sort of like you're hiking mountains, you're flying around.
Helping people.
You have to collect golden feathers to be able to climb up even higher. So it's kind of like your stamina. And yeah, no, it's a chill game. It's very cute and had a really nice, like, heartwarming ending. So I really enjoyed it. Yes, Ron.
Nice.
Just want to give you some advice and let you know that is available on PlayStation, and you can platinum that in a short amount of time. Just saying.
I don't want to buy it twice. I don't double dip.
Some games you need to. Short Hike is worth it.
That's
They're
what
an indie
Avatar:
studio.
The
How
Last
dare you not
Airbender.
double dip for them?
Yeah, like Avatar: The Last Airbender on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, so you can get the 1,000 gamer score and the platinum trophy.
We don't do
an
gamer
hour.
score here. Don't worry about it. It's just little numbers. Don't worry about that. That's not a shiny trophy. How dare you, Ryan?
I'll have you
Oh
know that was the main reason I bought King Kong, Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official
my
game of the
God.
movie.
No.
Day one. So I could get those achievements.
Well, going back to the PlayStation, I started playing Coffee Talk Episode 2, Butterfly and Hibiscus.
Yeah.
And I'm really enjoying playing that. I played a little bit more yesterday, and I love the characters. I have Hyde and Gala on my shelf because I came across Toge Productions at PAX Oz this year, and they were there selling some merch, so I had to pick up some acrylic standees of the characters because I really like. They're my favorite characters, NPCs in the game, so they're cool.
How do you feel about it so far? Is it better than the first one?
It's interesting so far. I'm enjoying it. The fact that there's there's new drinks to make. They're using butterfly pea tea and hibiscus tea, which is interesting. I've actually had butterfly pea tea. Like, I have some, and it's actually really cool. So essentially, it's like a blue bud flower, and then you put it into some hot water, and it changes the color to blue. But then if you add lemon to it, it'll change it to purple. Because the acid sort of mixes it and changes it, chemistry. Right. Yeah, it's really cool. It's very nice. I'm really enjoying Coffee Talk too. Definitely going to continue playing through that one. I don't know whether I can platinum it. I haven't been able to platinum the first one, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
What else have we been? All right, so this past week I started playing Ducky's Delivery Service. Now that's a really cute little indie game where you are a duck that has a propeller kind of jetpack thing, and you're delivering little packages to other ducks. But it's like a little bit of a speed running kind of a game. So you have to do it in a certain amount of time. And it's really cool. It's pixel graphics. I feel like Seth would probably enjoy this one, to be honest, because, it's just, but the controlling is a little weird because you only have one button to press to have the duck fly, and then the only other thing you have is the joystick to control the duck. So and you have one other button where you can throw the package into the mailbox, but you have to be close enough that it'll actually fall into the mailbox. And then if you throw it and hit the mailbox and you get it in, you get multiplier scores and you get extra time added so that you can keep going. So it's actually really, really cute, and I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm just sort of playing it on my Steam Deck as I go. So it's
that sounds like a very, very quacktacular version of Paperboy. It sounds like it's just like expanded Paperboy but with ducks.
Good lord.
Yes,
Seth has it wishlisted. Okay.
Wishlisted. Let's go. Yes.
Yeah.
Ducky's Delivery Service.
I think you had him at speedrun. He started thinking about Neon White. And that's what happened.
Anything with speedrunning.
Yep. As soon as you said speedrun, Seth was like, I'm
Well, speaking of speedrunning.
Segue.
Sean and Seth peer pressured me, and I got Neon White.
No.
All right. I can't wait for you to barf all over the place. This is going to be great.
I haven't yet. It's actually been really good.
Really?
I've gotten so addicted to beating everyone's times that I was playing it before the podcast today.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to beat Locklett's time. Like, come on.
I was gonna say she's quickly rising up the ranks. I keep seeing her
really
posting new
is.
times.
Yeah,
I need to beat
it looks
Lachlan.
great. It looks great, but the speedrun stuff and the cards.
I don't know
no, thank
that
you.
I don't think I'll ever get past Seth or Sean, but the Lachlan, yeah, I have a chance. And maybe Yarden as well.
Well, Yarden and Lachlan just heard you, and now they're going to make sure that you don't pass them.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I've played Neon White before, and I don't ever see myself going back to it. But I'm glad people are enjoing it. I'm glad you're enjoying
I'll
it.
take this movement over Xenobabes any day, so this is fine. This is
I don't
fine.
know. They're
I
both
think-
bad.
Wow, Ryan. Geez.
I know. I'm joking. I am Carpool Gaming's villain for a reason. Okay?
Yeah. Neon babes. Yes.
Sean, you can do something better than that. Come on.
Look,
Come on.
We tried to get the Stellar Babes movement off the ground, and it never did.
I just need some creativity. I need some creativity here. They're just throwing babes on the end of everything. I mean, come on. We're better than this.
I mean, Neon Babes doesn't even make sense. The second word in Neon White doesn't start with a B. Like
It's
Xenoblade.
whack.
Yeah. I agree, Ron.
It's
I
whack.
agree.
That's what it is.
Whack.
Yeah.
They could do better than that.
We can do that.
Oh my goodness. Wow. No, Neon White's great. Go play Neon White. Believe
All right.
me, it's fun.
All right.
And the last thing I want to mention is a demo I played, and it's a very appropriate game for me, and it's called Exhausted Man. and me being always a very tired koala, Exhausted Man, very funny, very physics heavy. So you're essentially controlling hands and feet of a man or like a person that is just slumped on the floor and just it's got this can't be bothered sort of feeling. And sort of just, you have to snake your way through the rooms to get tasks done. And it is hilarious. It's so funny.
It sounds like Octodad to me, like that.
That's the first thing I thought of. It does sound
similar to that, only it's like the person is on the floor and like there's no standing up of any kind. You're literally just having to move the arms and the legs around to.
I'm assuming that's on your Steam
to
Deck,
grab
right?
things and to kick things and it's funny.
All right. Okay. That Steam Deck is going to get some use. I knew it would.
Yeah,
I can
tell. I can tell.
No, I played that one on the PlayStation, by the way. It's available on all platforms.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. And it's a very short game. I think it's a cheap game. I think it's like $10 dollars.
Is there a platinum for it? Hmm?
Yeah, there is. There you
go, Koala. There you go.
I haven't bought it. I don't know that I want it.
Ryan, see, I'm trying to help her come for the crown. And she
There's
just...
like over 30 trophies for this game.
I was gonna say, like, not only that, but we're almost entering a time where Fulia can't buy games anyways, and I just don't think
Exactly.
she
I'm
wants to
getting
buy
to
any
that
games
point.
right now. So, I get it.
Like, this is the only month I have left. If I'm buying games, I'm buying specific ones that I know I want to play next year.
Yeah, you don't want to waste it. You don't want
Just
to waste
buy
this
everything.
opportunity.
Just buy everything. It's fine. It's fine. You have a money tree in the backyard. Just go out there, just grab a few bucks off of it and just get busy.
Just
I
do
am
this.
not rich, okay? I'm not a rich bitch, all right?
Jesus. I thought this was a family-friendly show.
All right, I'm not a rich koala. We'll put it that way.
Thank you.
It's too late now. You already put it out there.
I appreciate that correction for you.
Oh, God.
My God. Well, that's a lot of games.
Anyway.
That's so many
Yes.
games.
I played so many games in the last couple of weeks, so yeah, good times.
Good times. I'm glad to see you're enjoying your Steam Deck, though, because I know you
Yes.
waited a while for that.
I knew you would.
And yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like you're going to have some fun over there. But as for me, I played some games this week. Starting with a game that really, really, really got its hooks into me. But I had to put it down after 2 hours of playing it because it commits a cardinal sin that I cannot overlook. And I can't get past it, which sucks because I really like this game a lot. And this game is Infinity Nikki. I know Lachlan was also playing this one.
I was gonna say
It just came out this week. It's a free to play game. It's kind of like Genshin Impact in that way, where it's kind of like a gacha game where you're earning different costumes that then they give you different abilities. And it's a really fun, like cozy kind of adventure game where you got this big open world and you got a ton of quests. There's a big storyline. There's also a bunch of a ton of side quests you can go do. And it's such a fun game to play. And I was really, really enjoying it. But man, it does something that I can't forgive. And I can't get past. Which is,
what is it?
It is 2024. And we have a game that released in the year of our Lord 2024 that doesn't contain the ability to invert your controls. And
wow.
For those that know me, I cannot play games properly if the controls are not inverted. I was enjoying it so much that it was like fighting against the controls. Okay. Maybe being able to like reprogram my brain and somehow get through this game correctly. But every time I would press up to look down, it would look up, and I'm just like, I can't do this anymore.
Maybe they'll patch that for you.
I really
that is a
hope
very
that they do.
weird choice, especially these days. You're right.
Yeah, because Sean with the all caps unforgivable. Sean also knows where I'm coming from on this because he also is inverted like me. It's just like I can't play games not like that. So as good as this game is, and as much as I want to keep playing it, because this probably is the game I would have just played all week if I could if it didn't have that, because I was enjoying it that much. But no, I can't do it. I have to wait for them to patch it with inverted controls at some point, or because this game has no accessibility options at all. So,
Okay.
Like there's no inverting of the horizontal axis either, or even being able to remap the buttons or anything like that. So, yeah,
Okay,
just
that's
too bad.
Weird. Yeah, they got to patch that. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because likewise, you can't even on the PlayStation side of things, you can't even patch it like go into the system and you like it can on Xbox and have it always invert your controls for every single game. Because normally I wouldn't want to turn that on because I wouldn't want to invert controls for a game that like because it would invert controls for a game that you might not need to invert the controls for. But we don't even have that option on PlayStation. Whereas on Xbox, you can do that for every game, out in like the system settings. So
Sorry, I'm not giggling at you, Ryan.
I know Sean's comment. Rotate your TV upside down. I love that.
Oh my god.
But Seth's comment here honestly is one of the best soundtracks of the year. Yes, the music in this game is awesome. Like I actually love it.
I'm going to listen to this.
Yeah, I love the visual design too. It's such a pretty game as well. Like, and yeah, I know. Like, it's funny because it came from this mobile game that's just a dress-up game, and it's like a spin-off of that. But I don't know. Like,
It
I
showed
love just
potential in that
collecting
state of play,
outfits
though,
and
so I'm
doing
not too
different things.
surprised by this.
Yeah, like it was a game like I was really interested in with the first trailer, and it definitely is a game up my alley once they patch the controls. So I really hope that they do that at some point. But that did free me up to play some other stuff this week. I also continued my journey into Diablo 4 with the new expansion, Vessel of Hatred. I haven't actually gotten to the Vessel of Hatred content again because I decided to play the campaign over again, but with the new class, the Spiritborn. And I'm almost done the Diablo 4 campaign. I'm on Act 4. So I'll be playing the Vessel of Hatred content pretty soon. I'm excited for it. I'm loving the new class though. Again, I talked about it on last week's show where you're like a martial artist that uses like spirit animal powers. I actually reconfigured my entire build to now be like a poison build that uses like centipede powers, and I can summon a giant centipede to murder all my enemies, and it's fun. It's fun. So I'm really enjoying diving back into the world of Diablo 4. In fact, I liked it so much I got the season pass, so I'm earning a bunch of different content and stuff like that. So it's been a lot of fun. But yo, another fun game that also released this week that I've been having a blast with, and this is one of those games that I think like the more people start to talk about this game, the more we're probably going to see more people in the community play this one, and hopefully we do like some community nights for this one because I think it'd be really fun. Marvel Rivals came out this week. Of course, for those that don't know, it's kind of like it's a hero shooter similar to Overwatch, but with Marvel characters. And yes, it feels in a lot of ways kind of like an Overwatch ripoff, but it's just so much fun to play. Like all of the different heroes are expertly done. They have all these amazing costumes for all the characters as well. All of their abilities really fit like the theme of each individual character. I love like how many characters can fly. They can play a Storm or Iron Man, and you're just flying around the arena like blasting people. Or you can play as Hulk, where you really don't have guns, but you can like jump halfway across the screen, throw cars at people, and then just smash people in the face. Like, this game is so fun, and like so many people are checking it out right now because again, it's free to play and it just dropped this week and it has like a lot of buzz because this game, I heard a lot of people talk about it in the beta where they had a lot of fun in the beta, but I missed the beta period for this. But now that I'm finally getting a chance to try it out, now that the full game is out, I've been really enjoying Marvel Rivals. Like I played like a whole bunch of games of it before we hopped on the podcast today, and it's been a ton of fun. So I hope more people get a chance to check out Marvel Rivals because I actually think it's a really, really good hero shooter. And especially if you like, it feels like classic Overwatch. It feels like I'm playing like Overwatch 1 all over again. So if you maybe were a fan of like a game like Overwatch and got lost a little bit after Overwatch 2 came out, try Marvel Rivals. Or if you liked Concord as well, because I think it borrows a lot of elements that worked for Concord in this as well. So I do think it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you're a Marvel fan.
This close to actually getting it only because of the fact that this past week I've actually watched all of season 2 of What If.
Okay.
And in the lead up for season 3 that's coming in. And I saw that Moon Knight is in this game. And I'm a big fan of Moon Knight, and I'm like, ooh, that's kind of enticing
Koala the
me a little
hero
bit.
shooter. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh.
But you get to play as Moon Knight, Rod. How many other games are out there where you can play as
Hey,
Moon
I don't
Knight?
got a problem with Marvel Rivals. It's more of a problem with Koala and hero shooters. I mean, they don't go together. They don't go together.
But
I don't
you
know.
played
I've never-
Concord.
I'd never played
She
Concord.
didn't
Oh,
play
I thought you
Concord.
played the beta with us.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't play Concord. I've never played an Overwatch. I'm not huge on the shooter games, so
Okay. Well, this one's free to play. Like, you don't have to buy it.
This one
You just have to
This
download
could
it.
be
because
the
it's
thing that
free,
turns
it's-
her into a shooter fan.
might make.
Yeah.
Do it.
I
I've
haven't
been
played as
playing-
Moon Knight yet, but I've seen people play as him, and he looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing a little bit of Fortnite here and there, only because I've been playing it with community members. That's
No.
the only reason why I'm playing it.
No.
But Marvel Rivals might be that thing that kind of entices me into
Do
it.
it. Do it.
And it's like a third-person shooter, like Fortnite is. So you might actually be more into it than something like
We'll get her to
Overwatch,
play
which
the
is first
OG
person.
Modern Warfare trilogy. Then
Oh,
we'll sit there and
jeez,
get
no,
her to
no,
play
don't get me
Halo.
started
Then
now.
we'll-
Jeez. You did this with me when it came with RPGs.
Then
Don't
we'll
do
get
it
you
with
into
shooters.
Wolfenstein. We'll get you on that. Yes.
Look, I've got Mass Effect in my backlog. It's gonna be played. All right.
You better.
That's
I was
not
gonna
a
say
shooter.
that's better.
It's not a shooter, though.
It is shooting in it. It's a third-person shooter
I mean, it's
slash
shooting,
RPG.
but it's not like what we're about to try to get her into.
No, it's very different from. You're right, because Mass Effect's a little bit more slower paced than that Marvel Rivals,
yeah.
which is actually like really, really fast.
And it's cover based. So, you know.
Yeah. Also, for the record, I'm playing as Psylocke, and I love playing as Psylocke. She's one of my favorite Marvel characters, and I'm so glad that they made her this really cool like stealth character. She reminds me of playing as Sombra from Overwatch, which is awesome. So just throwing it out there. That's my main. I also like playing as Black Widow as well. She's one of my favorites as well.
I'm glad you're having fun with it.
Thank you. To be fair, I'm not even a huge Marvel fan, but this game is just really fun to play. So shout out to Marvel Rivals. But anyways, we should probably shift into topic of the week. So the Game Awards are happening this week on Thursday. In fact, if you are in the Discord, the Carpool Gaming Discord, we actually have a watch-along event set up. In case you want to come watch with some of your fellow community members. I won't be able to join until a little bit later in that evening, but I am very, very excited to watch the Game Awards with all y'all, because that's what we'll be doing for the Game Awards this year. So make sure to come hang out with us in the Discord. But we thought it'd be fun to do some predictions for the Game Awards, both with some of the categories, but then also with the what's going to get announced, because that's always fun. To kind of just predict what the heck is going to get announced at the Game Awards, because like half the stuff at the Game Awards is the announcements anyways. So I kind of like cherry picked a couple categories that I think we'll kind of go through, because we're obviously not going to go through all of them. Like I don't know if y'all want to talk about the best esports player,
Definitely
or
not.
the best esports
No.
team, things like that. No, we're not.
No,
doing
thank you.
it. So I thought I'd start it off. With a low ball here. I'm gonna think a very easy one to go through.
Yay!
Best family game for the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre of platform. So we've got Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, and The Plucky Squire. So who do y'all think is going to take this one? I'm going to start with Ron first.
I want to say Astrobot, but I think that Mario Party Jamboree has a chance.
Okay. Is it because it's the family thing where you can play it with the whole family?
Yeah, and plus I saw somebody playing it. It may have been Koala, and it looked like it was a good time. So I want to say Astrobot, but I think Mario Party Jamboree might take it.
We played it at Extra Life this year. People had fun playing it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah. Felia, how about you?
Out of all of these games, I've only played two, and that was Astrobot and Mario Party. And
Okay.
I have a feeling Ron might be right on this one, that maybe Mario Party Jamboree probably will end up winning this, only because of the fact that like everybody's able to play it together at the same time, and it's definitely something that we're hearing in the community that everybody's been playing with their family members. So multiplayer games usually mean that it's a really good time for the whole family and friends, of course. So I'm probably going to be saying Mario Party Jamboree as well. As much as I love Astrobot, I'd love for it to win, but
Well, Well, it's nominated for
I'll-
plenty of other categories, whereas this is kind of
Yeah.
like Mario Party Jamboree's like one chance to actually win something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely
So I
not
think
going to be
Mario
ew.
Party. Yeah.
Ew is not going to win.
You mean
Yow.
Echoes of Wisdom.
Ew.
Or
It's not going to win.
Echos of Wisdom. I like Echos more.
The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is the
Ew's not going to win.
no yow. It's fine. It's fine. So moving on, since Fulia is here, actually, I have two that I want Fulia to answer. Best debut indie game. You are the indie master, Fulia. So I call upon your advice here. Best debut indie game. So for best debut indie game created by an independent studio, first time game. We got Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, or The Plucky Squire. Who do you think is our a resident indie expert?
I
do you
am
think's
going
gonna
to
win
shame. I'm going to be so shamed. I haven't played any of these.
I know. I kind of called on you. I kind of picked on you a little bit.
You
with
called
this
me out on
because
this one.
I
Yeah,
do it.
but that's okay.
You can still guess.
Look, I don't know. I think Animal Well's like I've been hearing a lot of good things about Animal Well.
it reviewed
But-
pretty well.
It really did, but I have a feeling Balatro might be the one that takes this one out.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, only because of how much hype there is around this game at the moment, and I feel like that one might win it out compared to the rest of them.
It is not also nominated for Game of the Year, so that does indicate people are excited.
Yeah,
about
I have a hard time thinking that it might win Game of the Year, but it probably will end up getting debut indie.
Okay.
For sure.
Ron, are you in the same camp?
I would like it to be Animal Well, but more likely it's going to be Balatro.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, that was best debut indie game. But what about best indie game? This actually contains a game you've actually played, Fulia. This, of course, Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50.
I've only played Never.
I know. That's why I said you've played at least one of these.
I really want it to be Never that wins just because of how beautiful the game is in terms of just visually. But I don't know, like it's up against some really good contenders here. And if it's not Balatro, maybe it's Lorelei and the Laser Eyes because I heard a lot of good things, especially from Seth as well. Yeah, I don't know. I want to say Never.
Okay.
I'd love it to be Never.
Interesting. Also, Fulia, since you have your Steam Deck now, you could actually try UFO 50 now that you actually have a Steam Deck. Because I've heard amazing things about that game. Of course, trying to be the new Action 52, which of course Action 52 is a terrible NES game, but instead taking that concept and actually making good games out of it as opposed to terrible ones. So that's a really interesting option. Whereas, Ron, I'm guessing you're probably thinking Balatro for this one too?
Nah, I actually would prefer UFO 50 on this one.
Okay.
Because of my experience with Greece, I'm kind of down on that one. I'm not sure about that.
Jeez.
But UFO 50, though, I'm kind of leaning toward that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, next up, we're going to talk about. Let's see here. What do we pull from? Best RPG. What do we think is going to win Best RPG
Lord, that's
this year? Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor Refantastico. Which one of
That's
these?
not
do you
in there.
think's with it?
Refantastico's
Yes, it
not
is.
there.
It is. It's right there.
Refantasio is there.
It's right here, Ron. I'm circling.
Yeah, I
with
see it.
my mouse.
Refantasio's there. You're right.
Yeah.
Look, I haven't really played any of these apart from Metaphor's demo.
Okay.
I have a feeling Shadow of the Erd Tree might get this one, but maybe Infinite Wealth might get it as well. I think Infinite Wealth, because I heard a lot of good things about Like a Dragon:
choice.
Infinite Wealth.
People like that game.
Yeah.
Ron, what do you think?
In a logical world, it's going to be down between Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor, but it'll probably be Rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, hey, people like that game. In fact,
Yeah.
out of all the genres, this is the one where it's like, if you look at all these games, all the lowest Metacritic of any of these games is 89.
Yeah.
between all of them.
It's probably the most stacked category, to be honest. I think this is more stacked than the Game of the Year, to be honest.
Garrett and I will be doing like our best RPG of the year episode late in a couple weeks, and
I'll be there.
It's like this year in particular has been like stacked for role playing games.
Yeah.
So like this has been an amazing year if you like RPGs. So let's move on to best action adventure. We got Astrobot, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. What do y'all think about
Lost Crown? Lost Crown should easily win this, to be honest.
If the carpool gaming community had a choice, Ron, that's probably what would win. Because
Yeah.
we saw that during our Game of the Year show
We did.
yesterday.
And it deserved it. Lost Crown should win this, but people can do crazy things.
yeah, fair enough. Fulia, what do you think? Do you think it's Astrobot? Do you think it's something else?
I would love it to be Astrobot if anything, but man, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown had a lot of people very happy, and I still have that in my backlog to play because I've played the demo to it and it was actually really good. It's definitely a Metroidvania style game that I've never played before, so I'm definitely keen to jump into that at some point.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jordan agrees with this take as well, where he says this is where Prince of Persia gets its flowers.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I think Prince of Persia is going to get this one.
Okay. Nice. Best action game. We've got Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer 40K Space Marine.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yep. Some good games here.
God.
Ron, what do you think, man?
Man, oh my goodness.
This one's kind of like I could just flip a coin.
Yeah. God, because I think Wukong, Helldivers, Stellar Blade, and Space Marine 2 all have a shot at this, but I'm going to have to go with Helldivers 2 on this one.
Okay.
Really?
God,
Just because it was kind of like out of nowhere early in the year, like people were thinking about how good it was.
It was really a surprise on that one, and it kept steaming for a long time, so yeah,
Okay.
I have to go with that. It's hard, though.
Okay.
Interesting.
Fulia, what do you think?
Well, I'm not an action gamer, and
course.
none of these games
As we know.
that I would ever play.
If you had to just point at one and be like, it's that one, based on the artwork, based on the artwork, which one of these it wins?
Stellar Blade all the way.
I mean, that's what Yarden says.
Yeah,
Yarden says
Eve,
Stellar Blade.
respectfully, though.
Stellar Blade.
Yeah, look, I'm actually gonna say it's Space Marine 2.
Okay,
that's an interesting.
that's a great pick. That's a great pick.
Because I heard a lot of good things. Sean was very happy about playing this one, and there was a few other community members who've been really interested.
Space Marine, that's a definition of action right there.
I've heard a lot of good things about it, so yeah, I think Space Marine 2.
All right.
Okay. Also, I'm going to give Pat a shout in the chat here, who says, "I have Prince of Persia and I haven't started it yet." You should, Pat. You should. That game's really
Well,
good.
neither do I. It's fine. We're both in the same boat, Pat. It's fine.
You should play it at some point. But okay. Next up here, I'm going to pull this category up for one reason and one reason only, because I know a certain person here, aka Fulia, is going to be like, one of these will definitely should win. Best sim/strategy game. We got Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess Manor Lords, and Unicorn Overlord.
There's only one correct answer here. There's only one correct answer. Uni Lord is the only thing that should sit there and win this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be Unicorn Overlord. I really do. Yeah.
It would be cool to see Vanillaware actually win like a game award.
Yeah.
Because I think it'd be the first time. Because I don't think they won for 13 Sentinels the last time.
Yeah, I don't think so. Even though it deserved
Yeah.
13
That's
Sentinels.
also in my backlog that I still need to play.
One of these
What,
days.
13 Sentinels? You don't have
It will
that one, or
happen.
Uni?
No. Unicorn Overlord.
Yeah. 13 Sentinels, we'll have to get her to play it at some point.
13 Sentinels is fantastic.
Yes,
That is also in my backlog.
Hell yes.
Other than that, a lot of these other categories like best narrative and things like that. Like I know a lot of the games y'all haven't played for some of that stuff. So we're gonna just skip right to the main category, the last category.
Not
we'll
most
predict tonight.
anticipated. Are we going to do that one too?
Oh, I mean, do you really want to do that one, Ron? Do you
I do.
Really think?
I do. I want to do most anticipated.
Oh, okay. I have to find it.
Okay.
Most anticipated game.
What are you excited for, Ron?
Death Stranding 2 on the beach, Ghost of Yotei, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, or Monster Hunter Wilds.
All right,
Which
there's only
one of
3
these
games.
5 games do you think, Ron?
There's only 3 games here for me.
Okay.
I love all of them, but Ghost of Yotei is going to be the pick for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you really think that'll win? Over
No,
say,
we
a
all
certain
know it's going to
other
be Grand
game?
Theft Auto. We all know it's going to be Grand Theft Auto. It does, none of these other games exist,
Yeah.
to be honest. You know it's
Yeah.
going to be Grand Theft, but Ghost of Yotei is my personal favorite. Monster
I mean, I
Hunter
saw
Wilds
the
is a
Game
gift.
Awards hype video today, and it had a lot of Death Stranding in that hype video.
Yeah, you know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Well, is there any chance it's not Grand Theft Auto? Or do you think it's something else?
I'm gonna say it might be Monster Hunter Wilds. A lot of people have been talking about it and
Okay.
how
Because Monster
hyped they
Hunter's
are.
greatness.
Yeah.
It's coming out soon.
Yeah, so I feel like that might have a chance just because everybody's been talking about it and they're very excited to play it. So
I think if Grand Theft Auto wasn't here, I think, yeah, definitely.
It's funny because like when I mentioned earlier today that like the rules of the how I'm not going to buy games next year, there were a couple people that were like, "Well, what about Monster Hunter? You're not going to be able to buy Monster Hunter?" And I'm just like, "I'm not really a Monster Hunter fan, so this doesn't bother me that much." But I know, but yeah, it was funny because I think you're right. I think people are excited for Monster Hunter, but yeah, it's just Grand Theft Auto.
And
It's
Yarden's
tough to
right.
get.
Keeley will hand Kojima a world station.
Well, finally, folks, the Game of the Year award, best game of the year. What do we think it'll be? We've got Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor Refantastico. Who do we think wins this one?
Elden Ring or Metaphor, please. Please do not let a card game win Game of the Year. for all that is right in the world. Please.
But it's Balatro is actually a fun game. I played it pretty recently.
It can be a fun game, but a card game shouldn't beat these other games. I'm sorry.
But it's not just a card game. It's like a roguelike.
There's no story to it. If
It
there's no
doesn't need a
narrative,
story
It
to
doesn't
be
deserve to be here.
Are you saying okay? Oh no, hold the phone, Ron. Are you trying to tell me that a game shouldn't be nominated for Game of the Year if it doesn't have story?
No, because Elden Ring technically doesn't have a story, but it's
That's
here.
what I
And
mean.
yeah, and I co-signed that it's here. But Balatro, no thank you. That's okay.
Okay.
It can be fun, but nah.
Okay, fair enough. So, Fulia, what do you think then? Is it Astrobot? Is it something else?
No, I don't think it's Astrobot. Unfortunately, I
poor
love
Astro.
Astrobot. I really do. I want it to win, but considering what it's up against, I don't think it's going to.
Okay.
If it does, that'll be the biggest
be a-
upset of,
I mean,
of the
I will
century.
be-
I mean, it is the highest rated game on Metacritic this year. Astrobot.
It is.
Look,
So-
if Astrobot does win, I'll be leaping out of my chair actually, no, I'll be at work. I'll be leaping at work and getting very excited.
That will shock everybody. Golly. Oh wow. I mean, I'll be
But-
cool with it, but whew.
In my opinion, as much as I don't want it to be, I have a feeling it's Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Okay. The DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The DLC that shouldn't be in there.
It's
but
fine.
anyway.
It's fine. We've had that
I mean,
old discussion
it's the
on a
size of
different
it's the
podcast.
size of the base game. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We talked about that on a different podcast, but there you go. Those are our picks for the Game Awards this year. Those are our predictions of who we think the winners are going to be. But here's the fun part. Here's the speculation part. Like what we get to kind of talk about this a little bit. In fact, let me bring in Croco Kyle first before we do this. Actually,
Okay.
because Croco Kyle has their predictions for the show and also has a question that's going to tie into what I'm about to ask. So Croco Kyle says, my predictions for the show are Astrobot wins Game of the Year, and we'll get a heartfelt speech from Team Asobi. There will be no quote-unquote wrap it up teleprompter from last year.
That'd be
Flute
nice.
Guy absolutely slays. That's what it says. Silk Song is absent, but maybe someone makes a joke about Silk Song. And Croco Kyle wants to know, what is one pie in the sky hope that you want to see, and what is one realistic possibility of something you might think might show up at the Game Awards? As always, I appreciate you guys taking the time to podcast, and hope you all have a lovely weekend. So we'll take Kyle's question and run with it here. So we'll go around here and mention like what's a realistic prediction of a game to be announced, and then what's like our pie in the sky thing to be announced at here. So I'll give you two some time to think, because I've had some time to think about this a little bit. I already see a couple of these in the chat. Kiku, of course, chiming in saying, but what about Lunar? Where's Lunar? And then Pat in the chat wondering where Silksong is, though, at this point.
It's never happening, Pat.
I mean, first of all, I'm just going to put it on record, Crocodile. I don't think we sell Silksong here. I really don't.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with Crocodile's thing where it's like someone will probably make a joke about it on stage, and I don't think it'll be there. But at the same time, Keeley hasn't come out and said it won't be there, because he did that last time at Gamescom.
He did.
He came out ahead of Gamescom and said Silksong won't be here. Please do not expect Silksong. So if we don't see an announcement like that this week, maybe it is there. But I think realistic for me, I think the realistic prediction for me would be the new Tomb Raider game showing up. We know it's been in development for a while. Over at Crystal Dynamics, it's also being published by Amazon. After that whole change up at THQ, where the rights now to Tomb Raider belong to Middle Earth and Friends, but they partnered with Amazon for this particular game. So we know it's supposed to come out either next year or in 2026. So I feel like it's time for us to finally see this new Tomb Raider game, whatever that's going to be. We'll see here. We're also kind of getting the Tomb Raider hype building. The first Tomb Raider collection this year. We're getting another Tomb Raider collection out next year on Valentine's Day again. So I think they're building the momentum for maybe 2025, either late 2025 or early 2026 for Tomb Raider. So I think that's kind of my realistic prediction is Tomb Raider. My pie in the sky one is honestly them Nintendo showing up and shadow dropping Metroid Prime 2 and 3 for Switch. Because I think it's a possibility of that happening anyways, because Nintendo, if they've ever been at the Game Awards before, it's usually been like small announcements or, shadow drops of things. And, I think it is entirely possible that they do something like that. But at the same time, that's also my pie in the sky, because I honestly don't believe that'll happen. But I would love it, and I would buy them and play them right away this week. I just want them to happen because I want to play Metroid Prime 2 and 3 on my Switch. But those are my two. Ron, I'll go to you next. What is your realistic prediction, and what is your pie in the sky prediction, my friend?
My realistic prediction is going to be, I think we will get a full-fledged Wolverine trailer.
Okay.
Pie in the sky. I would love to have a new Mass Effect trailer.
Oh my God.
I would love to have a new Mass Effect trailer. Dragon Age is out. Dragon Age was well received. People have enjoyed it. It's time for us to get ready to set up the next from BioWare. Why not do that at the Game Awards? That would be great.
Dude.
No teaser, a full-on trailer, please.
Dude, you're freaking killing me over here. I am so ready for Mass Effect to come back, especially because I really like Dragon Age, so I want to see what they do with Mass Effect now. Yeah. But I also know that game is probably like 3 years away.
Oh yeah, it's still a ways off. But if they can give me a trailer for that, that'd be fantastic. Balatro could win Game of the Year, and I wouldn't care if I could get a Mass Effect trailer.
Fair enough. Those are some interesting picks, Ron. I appreciate you for that. And I want Mass Effect to happen more than anything. But I'm also just super excited for Tomb Raider as well. So because those are two IPs that I
do enjoy Tomb Raider quite a bit. So yeah, I'm cool with that if that happens.
Yeah. All right, Fulia, what do you think? Realistic prediction or pie in the sky? What do you want to will into existence here?
Okay, so realistic prediction, and I think I'm going to go with Handbone Journey on this one, and that is some more Astrobot DLC.
Okay.
But I don't know whether it'll come out here at the Game Awards or whether PlayStation will do their own thing about it. But I'm pretty sure there'll be some more DLC coming at some point. So that's definitely probably a given.
I was gonna say, like, before you move on, like, it makes perfect sense for them to do that now, because unless they have another state of play for the beginning of the year, like if this Astrobot DLC is coming out in a month or two, like, why not announce it here?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I think that seems like the perfect time to do that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. My pie in the sky, and this is just me dreaming.
Of course, well, that's the whole point of pie in the sky, right?
But you know what? I'm just gonna go for it.
Final Fantasy 16-2.
Wait, what?
Final Fantasy 16-2? More Clive? Yes?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
My pie in the sky would be they announce a Moon Knight game. Just a standalone Moon Knight game.
You reaching.
Let's go.
you better just enjoy Marvel Rivals. That's all that's going to happen with Moon Knight.
I mean, Marvel Games is trying a bunch of different stuff, though. We've got that Captain America and Black Panther game coming. Maybe we've got that Venom game coming. Wolverine, like they could try something. With Moon.
It would be nice. Don't get me wrong, because I like Moon Knight.
Wolverine, if Wolverine gets announced and people love it, Moon Knight would be amazing as a video game. Like, just putting it out there, please, Marvel, do it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would imagine a game like that probably plays like the Batman Arkham games, like probably very similar to that, where you've got like some detective stuff and you've got like you're fighting a bunch of enemies on screen, like
and just traversing through ancient Egypt time. Oh, Khonshu and all the gods and yes, please, gimme.
There you go. The other one I'll point out, because this was kind of my backup, realistic prediction, is because we do know that at the day before the Game Awards happens, the Sega Genesis Classics collection is being delisted. And my theory, as soon as I saw that happening, was that there's going to be a new Genesis collection of some kind, or new Sega collection of some kind. We had Sega at the Game Awards last year with announcing some of their new IPs. So I think either like a new Genesis or some kind of Sega collection across other platforms probably gets announced here, or even maybe an update on what's happening with some of those games that they announced last year, like Jet Set Radio or Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe. Streets of Rage. We know that all those are in development. They did mention that some of them are coming out soon. So I expect we'll probably see a bunch of stuff from Sega here in general. I also saw people going crazy, Ron, saying that Persona 6 would get announced here. I'm like, that's not getting announced here.
It's not going to happen. If they do it, I'll be fine. But nah, I don't see it.
No. But yeah, we'll see. If anything, I think they'll be waiting for whatever the next Xbox event it is, because that's where they announced Metaphor.
Yeah,
that's where they announced Persona 3 Reload. So I expect that maybe that's the next time we see Persona 6 is something like that. So there you go. That's all of our Game Awards predictions. We'll find out in time for next episode whether or not any of us were correct or not. But it should be fun. Should be a fun show to watch together in the Discord. But let's hear from the Carpool community, from the Carpool. We're going to start off with Cwaggy, who says, "It is I, the Cwaggy, king of the Xenobabes, in typical Carpool gaming fashion. I'm playing the latest and greatest games. I just started 2022's Dying Light 2, and I'm about 6 hours in. It's fantastic. Chef's kissed. I don't understand why people were complaining about it. It's Dying Light, which is exactly what I wanted. What were people expecting? Anyways, what is a game series that is your guilty pleasure and everyone else seems to dunk on?" So that's the thing. Like, I don't know if there's whole series that I enjoy that people dunk on. I would say there are certainly games in series that I enjoy that people dunk on, like Zelda 2 or Castlevania 2. Like, those are games that I really enjoy, despite the fact that the rest of the series people really like, but those games in particular people don't like. But as far as a whole series that's kind of like a guilty pleasure, I'm just going to come out and say this one, Dead or Alive from Team Ninja. I have been a sucker for the Dead or Alive series since the original Xbox, where I played Dead or Alive 3. And that's a series of fighting games that I've always really enjoyed, because I like kind of the almost like the countering kind of gameplay where it's a bit strategic, where you have to kind of you have to kind of read your opponent and think, okay, are they going to attack me high, low, or medium? So then I can react to it and kind of counter their attack while then pushing the offensive on them. It's kind of like a really defensive style of fighting game, but I've always really enjoyed it. Yes, I know people enjoy it for other reasons that I won't get into. I mean, there's a reason why those volleyball games exist. But for me, I've just really enjoyed the core Dead or Alive fighting series, and I'm kind of sad that they kind of stopped at 6 and just keep churning out microtransactions of different outfits for the characters. Kind of just want Team Ninja to make a new one, because I really like Dead or Alive. I think it's a great fighting series, despite the fact that people kind of clown on it a little bit. Like, when you compare it to other 3D fighting franchises, it's definitely one that is on the lower tier for a lot of people. But I don't know, there's something about Dead or Alive that I just really enjoy. So got to give it the shout out. Ron, what about you? What's a guilty pleasure franchise for you? You have
kind of like you. There's not a franchise that I play. More, I guess, around like devs, like spiders. People felt a certain way about Mars Warlog, but I thought that was okay game. Same thing with Technomancer. Technomancer got horrible reviews and was really low on OpenCritic. But once again, I thought that was a good game. Flawed technically, but was a good game. Yeah. Can't throw Greedfall in there because Greedfall was actually kind of well received. But yeah, but as far as franchises, nah.
No. Yeah, exactly. In that case, you probably would want to cite like individual games. But Technomancer counts as a series because it's a series of one game, but it's still a series. You know, that still technically counts.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Fulia, how about you?
I don't know that I have an answer for this question.
Is it Anna Kournikova tennis on the PlayStation 1?
That was well received.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
received.
Like, I've never really. I think a lot of the games that I've played, a lot of people have actually enjoyed. So
Okay.
I don't think I've actually got one that really is something that people kind of crap on, and I just enjoy.
Okay. I like Higu's answer here. Hyperdimension Neptunia is my guilty pleasure
I certainly
series.
give her grief for that.
Hey, I've played some of those games, and there's a couple of them that are actually fun. But you're right. For the most part, I kind of feel that most of them are trash. But yeah, we'll see though. But I'm glad. So the main thing is that's the thing about games. It's kind of like movies or music in that way, where it's like just because someone else doesn't like it doesn't mean you can't find enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Indeed.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Next up, we got the captain who says, "It's nearly 2025! Exclamation point. What game this year has your favorite moment? Worst moment? Most unexpected moment?" But like, the captain, I respect your question here, but I also wonder how we're going to talk about this question at all without talking about spoilers.
Yeah.
Because captain specifically isn't talking about favorite moments of the year. Favorite game moment specifically is what the captain's talking about here.
Yeah. I have two from Spider-Man 2, the most unexpected and the favorite.
Okay.
But I can't talk about them.
Do we want to, you know what, Ron, do we want to just make this a spoiler section? Where you make it spoilers?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do
let
that.
Let me mark down the time code for this before we get into full spoilers. And in fact, because again, like I'm going to spoil a couple things here too. So I'm going to even put up a banner so people know full spoiler mode activated. Okay, so this, of course, hopefully has given the audio listeners enough time to go out. Audio listeners, if you are listening, or YouTube viewers, if you're watching later, I have put up the time codes for this if you want to skip the section we're about to talk about. But we always like to, answer everyone in the community's questions. So we're going to go ahead and answer these. So I'll start, Ron.
Okay.
Favorite gaming moment was the big ending sequence to Metaphor ReFantazio. For me, when I played it, I played it, before the game launched for everyone else, and it was just a truly special moment getting to see kind of, because it had like a really satisfying conclusion, and I loved kind of how it wrapped up all the stories for each of the individual characters. You got to talk to all of them at the end and kind of figure out what's happening next for them. So that's kind of my favorite moment of the year. My least favorite moment is the beginning of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm gonna throw it out there, where you're playing as Zack, and then all of the Zack storyline stuff in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is probably the worst part of the year, the worst gaming moment I played of the year, and most unexpected moment. I don't really have an answer for this one. So Ron, go ahead and say the ones you're gonna say about Spider-Man.
Okay. Spider-Man 2, both the favorite moment and the most unexpected was getting to play as Venom. His whole part was amazing. Fighting Kraven, amazing. Boom.
Okay. Do you have a worse moment or a unexpected moment?
Well, the favorite and unexpected was that one part from Spider-Man 2.
Okay, cool.
The worst moment, I cannot think of a worse moment.
That's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. And Fulia, how about you?
This one's a real tricky one for me because I don't always remember things from games that I've played in the past. But I will say my favorite gaming moment was playing through the God of War level in Astrobot.
Okay. It's a good level. It's a good
I
level.
loved it so much. I was just
dare you?
I was giggling through it, and I was just like, yeah, I get to throw the axe as Astrobot.
Yes, but you're hating
go
God of
collect all
War
the
so much.
ravens.
This is disgusting. Disrespectful.
Find all the ravens, yes, and just see the world snake, and oh my gosh, it was so cute and fun, and I loved it so much, just because I was like, I get all of these references, but I don't understand who half these characters are, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I also, speaking of Astrobot levels, the one that was a secret to me that I freaked out when I saw for the first time that I also really enjoyed was the Loco Roco level. The fact that they had a level based off of Loco Roco in
crazy.
Astrobot, and it was like, it was just a super fun level to play through, but number two, but the fact that they pulled Loco Roco out of their back pocket, I'm just like, yes, please.
And you know what? Because of that level, I ended up buying Loco Roco Remastered.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
I bought her on sale during Black Friday sales.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But in terms of like worst gaming moment, I don't know. Like I don't really have a worst. Like I've had ones that I've
laughed at Atreus for crying over his mom?
No. There have been moments that I've kind of been like about, but
nothing
not
terrible,
worst.
I think.
No, it
Reese?
wasn't terrible.
Did that make you go, eh?
Yeah.
No?
Excuse me.
All right.
I am not you.
Maybe that's my worst. That might be my worst gaming moment.
Can I change my answer for worst gaming moment? I thought of a good one.
Oh.
I talked about this game earlier this year, but the time that my character got stuck in the environment in 2024's Alone in the Dark, and my character couldn't move, and I just had to sit there and watch the boss just like peck at my face until I eventually died. And then when I loaded my save, my character was stuck in the geometry, and I was just like, well, that's it. I guess I'm not playing this game anymore. So
Ooh, okay.
that was probably the worst gaming moment for me. Was
All right.
that moment?
I found a worst gaming moment for me, and
Okay.
that's for a little hidden objects puzzle game called Wind Peaks, and that just frustrated me to no end because there was no real hint system. I mean, there is, but the hint system it's like you use it once and then you have to wait for it to reload again for you to be able to use it. And the more you use it, the longer the time it takes for it to reload. And I hated that. I'm like, just give me the damn hints, all right?
Oh,
I'm stuck.
the aggression.
I need to know where these things are so I can move on. Tell me, give me the option to use it. Don't make me wait to use it. Like, I hate that.
Lord.
That sounds miserable.
It is. And that's why it got abandoned.
Okay.
Okay.
That seems fair.
My worst gaming moment, I am actually going to say my disappointment increase. Definitely.
Wow.
Aw.
Yeah.
You just want to hurt Fulia today.
Tearing out my heart
I
here.
got to put that there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we can disengage. Full
Yeah.
spoiler mode here. Let me just mark down the time.
Everyone can come back now.
Yes,
Come back
everyone
to
can
us.
come back now.
Please
Full
return.
spoiler mode has been disengaged. I mean, we only have a couple questions left on the show. We're going to go to Stingray X now, who said, "Have y'all watched the Spike TV Game Awards?" Now, that was a wild time. As always, take care, team. So, for those that don't know,
I remember that.
the Spike Game Awards were essentially what the Game Awards turned into, or what turned into the Game Awards.
okay.
That was the progenitor to it, where it was also hosted by Jeff Keighley. But it was weird.
Yeah,
It had
Spike
so
TV
many
was strange.
celebrities and stuff, and they didn't have like a typical voting panel. It was voted by like the most popular game of the year, or what game sold the best. Like there was a
not
year,
good.
I think there was a year where Madden actually won the Spike Game Awards Game of the Year because it was the best selling game of the year. It was so weird.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So
There
that
a lot
was
of Mountain Dew,
certainly a
if I
time.
remember correctly. I think- yeah. There's a lot of Mountain Dew ads.
Yeah, there's a lot of that too. Yeah. So Spike Game Awards were certainly a time.
It was not
certainly a
good.
time. That's when the industry was just trying to figure out. what was
I
going
had
on
no
there.
idea about that, so I
Yeah,
don't think
don't-
I don't think I was in the gaming world that much.
I'm just gonna throw it out
You
there
didn't
to
miss
people.
anything.
Don't go back and watch those.
No.
They're
Yeah, please don't.
not great to go back.
Please don't. They
Oh,
are
it's
not
okay, I
good.
won't.
No,
Despite
they
TV
are
era
definitely
was
not
not
a
good.
good reflection of where we are as a society, or as a or as a people who play video games now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Please
Fair
don't.
enough.
Please don't do that.
And the final question of the night comes to us from Kiku, who says, "If you were stranded on a deserted island for a year and had to survive, which one of your other PlayStation Drive co-hosts would you want with you and why?" Now, here's the thing. We talked about this before the show started. I kind of almost feel like Kiku. You're asking us to choose who our favorite co-host is, and we're going to create some drama here. I feel like with this question, but as I mentioned before, we always like to answer all of the questions we receive. So thank you for the question, Kiku. So we're going to go around the room and talk about which one of our hosts would you like to have on a deserted island. And my answer for this one, Fulia has her hand up.
Koala. She's ready to go. All right.
You can go first. It's fine.
Well, my answer is actually Fulia. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Because Fulia is a koala, and koalas have good survival instincts. So if we're going to survive for a year on a deserted island, I feel as though having a koala on my side would be pretty good for being able to stay alive. So that's why I'm picking Fulia.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for no other reason other than that, by the way, because I love all three of you equally. But Fulia edges you out in the survival.
That's a lie. Do not believe that, guys.
Anyways, Ron, how about you? Who do you choose?
I can't pick between Fulia and
You have to
Matt.
choose, though. That's
So
the
I'll
question.
just be by myself. I'll be by myself. I can't pick between those two. So
I like you said between those two. You know I'm an option too, right?
What?
You said you can't pick between Matt and Fulia, but I'm like,
Well,
I'm right
it would be a toss up between those two, and I can't. I can't pick.
Wow,
I see how it is. Ron.
Wow.
What? Really? Koala. He sat there and chose you. I didn't get upset.
He's right.
Yeah, thanks,
Ryan's
Mitch.
right.
Mitch understands.
So I'll be alone. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay. Fulia, how about you? You had your hand up first, by the way.
Yeah, but now I'm kind of thinking this is gonna.
That's what I mean. This question kind of divides us a little bit.
Just do it. Just do it. Paying bills, it helps.
I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off. I know that Matt is very good at camping and all that jazz, so I think I would rather just survive with Matt.
Okay.
Matt can fish. He knows how to camp.
Exactly.
He can talk to you about the greatness of near and 1,000 times resist.
That's true.
Drakengard.
Yep.
He's got them survival skills that I do not, and that is the reason why I would go with
That seems fair.
But Ryan
you know
said
what?
that
That's a fair
koalas
argument.
can survive. So you need to learn survival skills.
Yeah, it's not a personal thing. You know, we all like each other equally.
Get your
He
skill
even
tree.
goes ice fishing for crying out loud.
See, these are all things about Matt that I didn't know.
You'll be on a deserted island. You're not gonna have to worry about ice fishing.
Actually, you know what? Matt might be the one calling upon me because he doesn't like heat.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel that's kind of because he'll be looking at me thinking, "How the hell are you surviving?" Because he prefers the cold over the heat. So
It depends.
I'm going to, of course, bring in Kiku, who, of course, asked this question. Kiku says, Ron can't handle an entire year of Ryan talking about Pepsi Man. So clearly that's why I wasn't in the equation. And Kiku also mentions, make Matt answer this question next time he's here. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. This also kind of has shades of that time that question, person on the Xbox Drive asked Sean and I the question, if we had 15 minutes in each other's bodies, what would we do with them? And in which we had some really, really weird
yeah,
answers.
I remember that episode.
Yeah. We were never the same after that, you know?
Oh my God.
Yep. Yeah, now I understand. Ron just doesn't want to hear about Pepsi Man. I get it.
Oh my God, man.
Thanks, Kiku.
Yeah, thank you. Anyways, that's going to do it for tonight's episode of the PlayStation Drive. But before we drive on out of here, let's thank all of our patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, starting with our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music on this podcast, as well as the Xbox Drive. You can find all of his music over on this linktr.ee/pme.jib, or just search PME on your music service of choice. He has a new album coming out soon too. I think he mentioned that. I can't remember the date off the top of my head. I think it's coming out in a couple of weeks. So make sure to check out Jonathan Brown over there. Cwagmire, who humbly reminds you that the best babes are in fact Xenobabes. And TechMike, who says whether you're Kevesi or Agnian, you're a Xenobabe at heart. Links to all of our ultimate producers can always be found in the description of our podcast. Please make sure to support them because they're really awesome and they support us as I hit my microphone. Our platinum producers, Smokin Joe, Solo, the Captain, and Tim Paullin. And our gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, John 32, Ligerwoods 330, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje, Shane Erickson, TheDonRob, and the Jiggy Collector. Huge thanks once again to all of our patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. If you want to hop in the card with us, and over there, choose the tier that's right for you. And Ron, plugs go.
Savoy Prime on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, Blue Sky, True Trophies, Backlogged, PSN Profiles, and then Savoy_Prime on Twitter.
Nice. Oh, that reminds me, before we go to you, Fulia, did either of you get the chance to check out True Trophies? Because a bunch of people are posting in their Discord their wrap-ups.
I have not seen that yet. I need to go ahead and go on to mine.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until the new year before I do mine.
Oh.
Okay, because I will also mention the PlayStation Wrapped that Sony sends out will also be coming out this week as well. So there is also
Get Wavetail done. Get one more platinum in.
Yeah, my my True Trophies is totally broken, so I can't actually do this. So I'm kind of sad about that.
Oh, that sucks.
Aw.
Yeah. But anyways, Fulia, where can people find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky and Instagram at Foolish Fuji. And you can also find me over in the Discord and Twitch and YouTube at Foolish Fuji. But you can also find me foolishfuji.com.
Foolishfuji.com.
Foolishfuji.com. And you can find all the links to all my socials there, plus koala merch.
Nice.
Oh, the card.co is gone. It's disgusting.
It's dead, Ron. Get
it's
over it.
Disgusting.
Foolishfuji.card.co is still there.
Card.co.
If you do choose to
Card,
go
baby.
and visit it. You can use it. It's fine. I haven't deactivated it yet. It's still there.
I need you to mention it. It was a staple of the show, and now you're
I want
snatching
people
it
to
away.
go to the. I want people to go to the main one first.
I mean, to be fair, it's a nice website. People should go to
It
this
is.
website.
It is.
You also
I don't
find
like change,
Matt.
Koala. I'm an old man, and I don't like change.
Yeah, fair enough. I understand that. You also find Matt over on Nagachaka in the Discord as well as on Twitter. I don't know. I think he's on Blue Sky now. So maybe you
Yes,
check him out
same-
over on
same
Blue Sky
here.
as well. As for me, I don't know if I'm going back to social media. I'm on Twitter, but I don't post anything there anymore, and I'm not on Blue Sky either. I'm just in the Discord at Ryan Turford, and even there, I'm hardly posting there either. So I guess you'll find me at some point. You can also find us
Somewhere.
Yeah, you can also find us, Carpool Gaming, on Blue Sky at Carpool Gaming, right here, youtube.com/Carpool Gaming, twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming Live, and podcast services around the globe. So, for Ron and Fulia, I'm Ryan. This has been the PlayStation Drive episode 178, and we're out. Good night, everybody.
Adios, friends. Thanks for checking out this week's episode of the PlayStation Drive. Now, before you drive off, please make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget to check out our awesome merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, where you'll unlock all kinds of exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description.